Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OCAA Saturday afternoon soccer action here in Belleville, Ontario on the Bay of Quinte. We're inviting up the Cambrian Golden Shield here to take on your Loyalist Lancer women's soccer team. My name is John Ostrowski. I'm joined with my broadcasting partner in Stephen Schill, and we're ready to go. We have the 1-3-1 Loyalist Lancers. They have a big game today when it comes to playoff aspirations against a winless Cambrian team coming up from the Sudbury area. Steve, what are you looking for when it comes to your Loyalist Lancers today?
I mean, one thing that we've seen, at least at home here, struggle a little bit is just that offensive chance creation. And I think here we're going to rely on the midfield a lot. Obviously, the pressure on the strikers has been kind of hard because for the previous home matchups, it's been 10-0, 8-0, and then 3-0, which has been a huge improvement on the defensive side of things. But again, just the chance opportunity is going to be something that we really need to see here from the Lancers early and often, because we saw in those previous games, whenever there was a chance, there was life brought back into the Lancers. And I think they just need to keep this momentum here early if they can. Again, right off the bat, they started inside the Cambrian zone, and just got to keep that up.
Absolutely. This is going to be a bit of a different look. Like we said, these Cambrian Golden Shield are winless as they're attacking the box right now, and they get the ball back. Bad turnover by number 3, Mackenzie Reese, and a good opportunity for the ladies in gold. Cross into the box, and it's taken away by Castleman. And need to kick that away. You don't want to, when in doubt, kick it out. You should have probably just got rid of that ball, but Chatea has it at her feet now and loses it. Now, if you're a Cambrian, you like this forward motion, but that's not even going to be a problem for Tess Whitney. And, like I said, that Cambrian college team, they are quite upset with the way they've played. They've got a very small roster this year, and they've got a bit of an eclectic roster. They have a couple team players from the Sudbury area. I see Strathroy, Brampton, a lot of Sault Ste. Marie, which was my neck of the woods for the past 2 years. So it's going to be interesting seeing Cambrian come up here. That's not a team you see very often in this East Conference.
We're just taking a break for a second as one of the strikers here for Cambrian is up and good now after having his shoelace untied. But with the ball here is Tess Whitney. And Tess Whitney was the story of the previous game. Again, it was a 3-0 loss, but Tess Whitney having an unbelievably stellar performance as we're seeing Keller coming up the pitch right now. And again, this is the offensive opportunity that we're trying to hope to see from the Lancers in this one. Taking her time with it, trying to find an opening. It's Castleman behind her, needing to find some nice footwork. Gets through, passes it over to Weingarten, but Weingarten gives it up. And now the Cambrian Golden Shield are trying to create something offensively.
Yeah, something we talked about earlier was number 15, Jennifer Keller. We want to see her a bit more aggressive. I think she was a little bit scared to attack the ball against the Algonquin Wolves, but today she's getting the nod to start in that left or that right wing position rather. So we'll see what she can do in a different position on the pitch.
As we see Mackenzie Reese passing up the side. Mackenzie Reese, huge defensive performance in the last game. Again, we keep talking about like how much of an improvement it was on the defensive side of things against Algonquin, and I think that last game, huge props to number 3, Mackenzie Reese.
Yeah, that was a huge difference for the Loyalist Lancers. They gave up 2 quick goals, and we looked at ourselves, Steve, and we were like, oh, it might be a long night, but they really locked in and were able to zero in on that side of the ball in the next 70 or so minutes. So we'll see what they can do as they play like I've said a couple times, a bit of a team that's a little bit below them and Algonquin on the standings in the Cambrian Golden Shield. So this is a match you really need to come out with 3 points for.
Yeah, and what's interesting here with Chatea Castleman as well, playing more on the defensive role for the previous home matches that we've seen, but now kind of in a midfield, if not offensive midfield type of role here as Cambrian is with possession. It's going to go back to Castleman here. Castleman trying to get through. It's taken away by the Shield and just knocked ahead. Beal's going to walk on that one and take a minute to see where the optionality is, and still with it, trying to hit it ahead. Cambrian now back in midfield.
And that was something we talked about. We have Castleman here on our roster out of Trenton, Ontario, East Northumberland graduate. We have her as a defenseman. And now Castleman goes into the box. She walks in, takes a nice touch shoot, but right to the goalkeeper. Not a problem for the goalkeeper wearing the 00s today.
Yeah, Castleman with Keller right next to her and just taking the shot, and I think pretty smart there. Obviously, the Cambrian defenders are there and on it, but just getting those chances on net are already a huge, massive improvement from these previous games, and we're only 4 minutes in.
Well, beautiful ball there, but right to McNutt there. That's the captain, number 4. I do not have number 4 in this game sheet. Let's check my other one. Sorry about that back home, folks. Yeah, there is no number 4, but she's wearing the captain's armband, so that's going to be the mystery Golden Shield today. Anyways, it will go out for a goal kick as we have the Belleville youth soccer ladies in ball girl position today. They're going to be retrieving the balls. And we saw on Wednesday what it's like when you don't have those unsung heroes, so to say. The ball tended to go into the forest that you see on the far side of the pitch a lot, as the white jerseys will try to retain possession. They won't get it, so Cambrian will be thrown in. And it'll be number 12 on the throw in there. That is Chelsea Kennedy, another player from the Sault Cora Collegiate. That was a school I drove by many times up in Sault Ste. Marie. Is beautiful ball into number 4. She has the ball at her feet. She's being pressed, passed out back out of the box. Not where you wanted to go with that ball. Now you have to reset, and you have white jerseys all over you. Nice strike from the box, but that shot had nowhere.
And something that I want you to watch on that last play, too, if you want to hit the replay button for a second, on the far side of the pitch, there was 3 to 4 Cambrian Golden Shield that looked completely unmarked. So if they were able to get that ball in that right corner, I think they would have had a crazy opportunity. So something that I want to see from the Lancers defensively is just being aware of when Cambrian's really kind of clumped up and nobody's on them.
Ball to Castleman. Going up the pitch, but nothing there. It will be a throw-in. Oh, it'll be by the way of the Lancers.
Danica Witten just kicking that one out of bounds here. And Beal going to go for the throw-in quickly here to Keller up ahead, and it's going to go off her head and out of bounds too.
Now we'll go the other to the way of the Cambrian Golden Shield. Like we said, 5 minutes into this match, 0-0. Not even a shot for either side yet, just feeling each other out. We'll see what they can do. Like I said, this is a very important game for the Loyalist Lancers in regards to playoff positioning and getting some confidence and winning in front of your home fans, that's for sure. And now good opportunity there in the offensive side of the pitch. There's number 5, Weingarten. She's going to have to do something if they're going to be successful today. She already has a goal in this season. Good shot by number 8, but not a lot of gusto on it. That was Lauren Reed, and she plays everywhere on the field. She's from Napanee, Ontario. And ball will roll out to the left back here. There's number 15, Jamie Hopkins. Hopkins sends it to her midfielder. Now it goes back to, not what you wanted if you're Loyalist, or if you're Cambrian rather, and the ball just shot quickly by Lauren Reed, and I felt like she couldn't do anything else with it, so she just sent it on goal.
Yeah, kind of waving her hands afterwards, being like, oops on that one. And I think a little bit far out chance, maybe trying to get the goalkeeper off the line on that one. But again, in the midfield with Reed and Weingarten, I think getting them the ball, having them have a little bit more familiarity, which is getting more touches throughout the game, is going to play a huge beneficial factor here. Because for the Lancers, again, Weingarten as the captain, huge performances last year and one of the stars of the team this year. And seeing her have that possession, able to dribble and, create any sort of opportunity is going to be huge here, as Weingarten was about to get sent off, but it's going to be a foul against the Lancers, so it's going to go the other way.
Not sure what didn't see much there, but possibly I must have missed it. Now number 23, Molly Watson, another Saultite from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, getting ready to take the free kick. Second-year player here from the Cambrian Golden Shield. Or sorry, that's not Watson now. That is, looks like it's 18, Ashley Abdi. Or, no, sorry, that's number 12, Chelsea Kennedy. Finally got the call right. There you go. And she's getting ready for the free kick. Not really a threatening position, though.
You'd be surprised, though. We've seen a lot of players just try to go from afar to take that shot, and she's going to go for it, and it's going to be off the mark.
Yeah, way wide. I guess didn't really get prepared for a set piece like that. I personally would have went to maybe number 4 there, one of the bodies in front of the box, not necessarily forcing it into the box. But now let's see what Whitney can do with her set pieces. You can see that the Cambrian Golden Shield are ready for that short set piece, aren't they? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, we're going to see McNutt on the left side there, on the left back, and they're going to turn it over quickly. And that was something that we really had a problem with the Lancers in the previous games, of just going off of these gold kicks and turning it over almost immediately. And that's one thing that, again, Tom Moran, I know stressed to the ladies after the previous games.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's Whitney doesn't have the boot, or she maybe is nursing something at her foot. She doesn't want to take a big kick, and there it is again, going for the small kick, going to let that's Reese take it. And that's a little bit better than just kind of passing it to your left back. I was about to say you should have, at the very least, get someone who can not even make those kicks, but is willing to attempt them and try and send it forward. And now you see some forward motion from that set piece, and there you go. But now it'll go the way of the Cambrian Golden Shield, but it's a little bit too predictable. It's like in American football, you do an onside kick every time. The defense is going to eventually figure it out. So that's something I would like to see change, as ball's in for the Cambrian Golden Shield, but it's snuffed out by Ada Beal, and now it'll be a foot race to the ball. I think Castleman will lose this one. It bounces and goes the right way for the Lancers, and now they need to reset and regroup. Not the right touch if you're Jatea Castleman there. She loses it to number 25, Michaela Bertrand from Hamner, Ontario. Bertrand looking for a shot, and that's wide, and Whitney able to corral that easily.
Yeah, two things on Castleman there. I really think just running onto the ball and not being afraid of that. She kind of wanted to let the Cambrian Golden Shield get to that one first, it felt like. And obviously the deflection kind of went back into a 50-50 rendition there. But again, also needing to go back on defense. Losing possession, you need to go back. Try to help out your team because, whenever you give it up, you're kind of relying on everybody else to go. But if you can show, hey, you know what, I'm going to be running and trying to keep up with this ball this entire time, and we're really going to fight for this one and come away with this home win, I want to see that from Castleman going forward. As the ball goes out of bounds, it's going to Cambrian Golden Shield throw. And something that John noticed before we started is the Cambrian Golden Shield bench. It virtually doesn't exist.
Yeah, 3 subs and a goalkeeper. Actually, there's no goalkeeper. So you better hope your goalkeeper doesn't get sent off. So, that's something that we've struggled with on the Lancers side, not having that depth that a team like, I don't know, a Seneca or a Sheridan or a Centennial has. They just have such a bigger population for soccer players and a bigger player pool to choose from. So in theory, they always will have bigger benches, and that's reigns true for Loyalist up in Cambrian and Sudbury, even though they have about 100,000 more people than us in Sudbury. We're at about 50 and they have about 150. They're just not a soccer town, so they don't have the bodies, right? So we're really seeing, we're going to see if that depth really plays a factor in the 60th and 70th minute of this match. As the ball goes away, that is Mackenzie Rees kicking it to Ada Beal. Like I said, not the best kick, as she probably should have just got rid of it.
And Lancers really need to get back on defense here. Numbers aren't really in their favor. Let's go into the middle here. A shot from number 23, Molly Watson, picked away from Tess Whitney. And I mean, we're just over 10 minutes through this first half here. And John, I got to ask, what are some of the things you're noticing from either team here? It seems like this is a much more even playing field and opportunities created from both sides of the ball.
I'm noticing that Cambrian's very, very hungry and they're very almost desperate. They're 0-5 coming into this match, haven't even gotten a point yet. So you can already see the desperation the way they're playing, and they've already gotten more shots than Loyalist. I don't think you want that if you're the Lancers. You're kind of letting the game come to you, and that's something I've noticed. Cambrian's kind of been controlling offensive play a little bit, so we'll see if that picks up or if the Lancers are able to respond, because even if Cambrian does have the possession they have, they're not getting the highest of quality shots. However, something might get through, and here, this is what we want if you're Loyalist. It was going the right way for a second for Anderson.
But they try to pass that ahead, and Cambrian's going to take it back to the midfield. And something that I feel like we've not actually seen too often within any of these teams. If the ball goes right through here, Cambrian Golden Shield with an opportunity that's going to be waved offside. But back to what I was saying is, it feels like there's really not that much action in the midfield. It's either on one end offensively or on the other side offensively.
Yeah, it's a little bit sloppy in the midfield for both sides, and that's something that Coach Moran will probably want to figure out and probably get the ball on Weingarten's foot more and let her set it up. She's a natural born playmaker, and that's someone you kind of want to just, I thought I saw a handball there, but regardless, you just want to get it at Weingarten's feet and let her do her thing. There you go, a little bit more of that. And a little bit calm passing. That's perfect. That's a good idea. Goes right to the center back, but Keller was there, so that's a little bit better, but now it's on the counter. Here's number 4, the captain for the Cambrian Golden Shield. Looking for a pass, sends it through, but, there might be somebody there. Number 5 coming in with a nice hit, but not enough power on it. That was, I believe that was, number 6, Brooke Dugas. But anyways.
Yeah, Dugas there. And that was the same thing that I mentioned a few moments ago of watching that far right side. The Lancers are just not recognizing when there's unmarked man on the far side of the pitch, and that opportunity there from Dugas being one of those ones. Again, Lancers just need to be aware of that, because these opportunities, it kind of feels like the mentality is like, that side of the field, the ball's going to go there. But again, you swing it across, and if there's a player there, you're going to have a defender to match it.
Here's number 12 with the ball, takes a nice fakes out Weingarten, but Castleman's there. Good opportunity there. And now here's number 15, Jamie Hopkins, when the ball goes out to the corner, and easy for Tess Whitney. 13 minutes past 0-0 in this one. Lancers, Cambrian Golden Shield here Saturday in Belleville, Ontario, September 27th. Of course, Cambrian taking the long trip up from Sudbury as Castleman runs up the side, takes a beautiful touch. Castleman still with the ball at her feet. She completely done that defender in, but can't make something happen. That was a beautiful little touch, and Loyalist still has possession. Here's Kaylee Weingarten. Like I said, get the ball at her feet. Good things will happen. Big hit, but not even close. That'll be a field goal, but nothing for the Loyalist Lancers.
Very, very smart play there from Castleman. Had Keller right in front of her, but Keller was kind of teetering on that offside line, and Castleman decided, you know what, I'm just going to end up taking that through, and if she would have passed it, I think it might have been called offside. So again, huge awareness from Castleman.
Yeah, beautiful play there by Jatale Castleman, and good football IQ to keep it and take a touch as the Loyalist Lancers are threatening. Here comes some white jerseys, and I don't know why you're taking that shot. Personally, I would have waited. I thought she had a bit of space around her.
Yeah, Lauren Reed trying to get that outside kick and just being a little bit out too far, if you will, or having the keeper off their line, because the keeper, I think, was going to be totally fine in that situation. So again, Reed usually very calm and confident with the ball, and as we're seeing, two kind of early shots, but I think just needs a little bit better placement and or timing.
Yeah, absolutely. And now the goalkeeper with the ball. Going to take a big boot on it. That is Whitney, who was definitely the all-star of last game, and Castleman with a nice ball looking for Keller, but she's corralled, and here comes number 4. Oh, Castleman with a great opportunity here, only being chased by 25. A little bit of physicality, and I thought she had a hand on there, but I guess not enough to call a pen or anything. 15 minutes gone, 0-0 after Castleman's miss.
Michaela Bertrand there, the defender, is staving that one off. And again, Castleman traditionally playing on the defensive side of things, but has a ton of speed, which is something the Lancers has seemingly lacked in the games that we've seen them here at home. And Castleman really providing that for this Lancer squad. And love seeing the action on this right side. We'll see again on the left if they're able to get through it here, but the Lancers continually try to go in the way of Castleman here with Keller right next to her.
Now with the ball, oh, nice bit of passing. Now number 14 threatening. Oh, sorry, that's 19, Ainsley Buchan. It's a little bit difficult to read some of these jersey numbers on the Cambrian Golden Shield with the gold and white combo. And now number 4 has the ball looking for a cross. Too much time there in that threatening spot. Easy for Whitney, just going to keep her feet on it. 16 minutes gone after that header. That was number 7, Lauren Kennedy on the header.
Yeah, Kennedy not really guarded defensively at all, and so giving up kind of a free shot on goal with the header. But again, it was from a distance that probably not going to get enough power on that one. But again, Lancers defensively really needing to be paying attention wherever the Shield are residing here, as we see Cambrian with a 4-line back, which is pretty normal for all the OCAA teams here. And up front, there's Jen Keller and Ava Anderson waiting to see their opportunities as we're waiting for Shaylin McNutt, who is the player of the game for the Lancers in that second home stint, as it's passed up ahead. Cambrian now recycling to the back as it's kicked ahead. It's going to go past the Lancers defender, but it's going to be an offside call.
Yeah, well offside there, number 4, I think. That's why she didn't really attack, because she knew she wasn't in the proper position. And, yeah, something for the Cambrian Golden Shield they'll want to work on. They're in an offside position a couple times here already, and you don't want to – it just kills your momentum having to get called back for offside. Now here Castleman threatening. Good opportunity here. A couple gold jerseys are coming her way. Nice pass to Keller, but nice break up there by the center back. And, oh, a nice little chip. Oh, it hit the goalpost there and will be out of bounds.
Yeah, one thing the Cambrian Golden Shield are doing quite well that we've seen a lot of the other teams that have come in here and put on quite a good performance is cutting off the passes from the Lancers and or trying to continually move your feet, never standing still when the ball is passed, trying to aggressively take it. Obviously, you have to worry about first touches and maybe, missing the reception here as Cambrian up the far side of the pitch. Lancers trying to get back defensively, and a chip shot just goes all the way, and it's going to be in.
Wow. That's just a shocker there for the Cambrian Golden Shield. Beautiful ball in. That was number 7, Kennedy, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kennedy a second ago we just saw with that header attempt that was straight to Whitney, and he didn't really think much of it, but then another huge cross that comes in, and Kennedy putting that one away. Again, hoping for the Lancers here not to worry about that one because opportunities are coming on both sides of the pitch, and that was just an absolutely phenomenal cross.
Number 7, Kennedy, 18 minutes into the match, 1-0. Like you said, they can't really get too down in the mouth for that one because that was just a beautiful, beautiful cross into the goal, and it will be 1-0 for the Golden Shield. And that is something they really want if you're on the side of the ladies from Sudbury there, as it's now 1-0 as they were, like I said, they're coming into this game winless and only have scored about 2 or 3 goals on the season. So there's Kennedy with that beautiful highlight reel goal, and they'll take a 1-0 lead over the Lancers now with the ball's 25. She loses it. There's Weingarten. Good tackle by Keller. Get the ball back. She has Rees, and now they have numbers and options. Weingarten with a beautiful touch, and she takes a shot outside of the box, and into the uprights.
I feel like that is one of the first times this season that we've seen that shot from Weingarten, and
Yeah.
it looked pretty good. Can we get more of that?
Well, it's now the offense has to run through her, clearly. She has a bit of confidence now after that shot, and you have 70 minutes this match left. You have more than enough time to get a couple. And I think, yeah, giving the ball to Kaylee Weingarten might be a good idea if you have a white jersey on. And now it'll be a little scrum for the ball. It'll be won by the Golden Shield, number 6, Dugas, looking for a pass, but it'll go out. No, it will be on the way of the Golden Shield. Must have went out of Lauren Reed there, or went out on Lauren Reed, rather. And now number 12 getting set to throw the ball in. That's Chelsea Kennedy, another player from Sault Ste. Marie, as their Sioux College Cougars team has folded a couple years ago. They folded in 2023. They do have the Algoma Thunderbirds up there in the OUA University division, and a beautiful ball there from the captain. Weingarten's a foot race. Castleman needs to win this one and not panic. Oh my goodness! She was completely pushed off of the ball, and no call on that. So, wow.
Yeah, a bit of shoulder to shoulder there, but I think if Castleman just tried to hold up her body and presented that with a little bit of kind of, I don't know the right phrasing for it, but just kind of holding her strength and not kind of like going over that way, because it just looked like a shoulder to shoulder. And obviously Castleman doing the sportsman thing of not rolling over or anything like that. But I think just having that stronger body position while you're going into that, knowing that you're about to get hit, where, you know, if you're standing there and you get running, you try to act as that brick wall while moving forward. I think it's a different call there.
Yeah, if it was one of the pro leagues, she might have been rolling around like she gotten shot, because that's how some of the not to say too much, but that's how some of these professional soccer players act after those 50-50 calls. So I do nod my cap to her for not doing a big flop and making a big scene. But yeah, that's not what you want if you're the Lancers. Definitely, like you said, if she limbered up a bit and kind of stayed strong and square, she might have been able to shield off. But that was a good defending regardless, and good job by the Golden Shield player to not get the call, as they now have the ball at their feet. But I will say the Lancers have definitely had more possession, and they've been it's been more their game, especially after that goal.
Something to watch as well is Reese is playing very far back, and that was something that we noticed in the previous game against Algonquin. And the reason for that is because the opposing teams really just keep trying to do that through ball, where that was another situation of it. So I don't think it was funny to say this now, because earlier in the game there was a couple of offside positions from the Cambrian Golden Shield, but Reese again playing a little bit back behind that line, as we're seeing a substitution going to be coming in. We're going to see Ava Anderson coming out of this one, and it's going to be Maddie Burns checking in. So a little bit of an offensive substitution here for Tom Moran, who's in his 4th year, and looking over at the Cambrian Golden Shield, Jason Gafforth in his 4th year. So both coaches 4 years in the OCAA.
Yep, and they have they both have the decent amount of experience. And Ali Abbas on the Sudbury Golden Shield side, so the Cambrian Golden Shield side, is also the assistant coach, but I only see one coach there, so maybe he didn't make the trip down, as Cambrian, I do apologize for that. Cambrian has the free kick here. This is number 23 with the ball, Molly Watson, another Siouxite.
Lauren Reed there with the handball a second ago, just having her hands up by her face, which is a little odd position. Just to have your hands kind of up in the air, and she looked at the ref being like, but I think it was a little bit just ill-advised hand placement, but shot goes through, and it's the nothing burger. So Tess Whitney here with the goal kick.
Goalkeeper gets set. Whitney, nice goal kick. Oh, right to number 23, Watson. And now good opportunity, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in for the Golden Shield. And they definitely have to be happy with the way they've played so far. Up 1, don't have a win on the season yet, so yeah, this probably has to be their best performance so far, as they've played quite well. They've hung in there. It's maybe Loyalist has had 60% possession as Keller tries to attack and win the ball, but like I said, it's probably 60-40, 55-45 type situation. It's a very tightly contested affair right now.
Yeah, one thing that we're seeing from the Lancers too back-to-back is trying to put that through ball for Keller to get a run-through. But, yeah, and the problem with that is she's just running into several defenders. So the idea is very good, but it's got to be kind of pick your poison of when you're going to actually try to go through those through balls, because you don't want to be able to turn it over, as we just seen that exact opposite happen for Cambrian. Well, they just turned it over from trying to kick it ahead on an ill-advised through ball, but it's going to end up coming back to them anyway.
Yeah, it'll be their ball after the out of bounds on Ada Beal, rather. And now number 12, Chelsea Kennedy, gets set for the throw. It'll be, oh, won't it be at the feet of their striker? Now goes to Anderson. Sorry, Rees. And the ball goes back to Rees. She's waiting for it and waiting for a good, oh, nice tip, but it'll go out to the Lancers in their possession. Far throw in goes to number 5, Weingarten. Oh, a bit of physicality, and it will be, oh, a foul against the Loyalist player.
Yeah, Matty Burns is coming in a little bit too aggressively. Where we talked about a second ago with Castleman, with kind of just trying to stand there and assert yourself. That hit, you could hear how loud it was, and it was a little bit more of a collision. So the referee going to call this one. We saw the Shield earlier, I think a very similar distance taking the shot. It's going to be Kennedy with it from afar. Going to do the exact same thing, trying to do a chip shot in. It's going to be picked up by Whitney. Kind of weird that Cambrian keeps trying to go from that, and I don't think it's necessarily bad, but the problem with it is the placements of where these free kicks are coming from are just so far from goal.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't had too many great set pieces, and we thought Weingarten was going to break through there, but really not much of a chance after the goalkeeper came out of her net. And 25 minutes now gone, 1-0 for the Cambrian Golden Shield. And we thank you for joining us on YouTube or on OCAA TV here at the Lancer Field in Belleville, Ontario on the Bay of Quinte. Thanks for taking some of your Saturday afternoon and spending it with us.
Yeah, and the Cambrian Golden Shield here, and that the first year Olivia Skinkle, and that one just went out of bounds, and now Cambrian here with it, just trying to chip it ahead. Is going to be picked off by Robinson there. Reed now with it, trying to find an opening, looking for that through ball again. And this is one of the things that I keep talking about. The Lancers just don't kick it away and try to do these long passes. Try to go for something short, because these turnovers, again, was what killed us in the previous games.
Yeah, now it's not. It's coming back to bite them in the butt a little bit. You had 3-4 minutes where it was all you. You felt like you're going to get a goal with that opportunity with Castleman there and some other good kicks, but now you're kind of really not playing down to your opponents, but just kind of giving them an opportunity to come back with these passes that just have no position. Beautiful little give and go there with 19 and 4. And now Cambrian, nice bit of passing. And
it goes off the referee, so he just calls the play dead there, which, I mean, I think he could have just let it go. It's like it hit his foot, but it still went straight through to the intended target.
Oh,
as the shot comes through, oh my. Again, Cambrian keeps going for these far shots. I mean, even both teams are.
Yeah, it was a good opportunity there, good idea for sure, not a great execution. But, yeah, I guess he decided to play the drop ball. And, not what you want if you're Whitney. These set pieces are really going to kill the Lancers if they can't get anything happening, because that went straight to Cambrian jersey. And now here's number 23. She passes it to Weingarten. Beautiful ball by Barnes. And now even better ball from Weingarten to Keller. Keller's got to hustle there and win the ball. She does. She has a man on. Oh, beautiful step over. Keller with the shot. Oh, it hits the crossbar. And, oh, my goodness, best opportunity of the season for the Lancers to score in front of their home fans. And
Keller's down on the offensive side right after that shot. I don't know if she pulled something, but she's down now in the crease. The referee's going to call it. I don't know what happened, but as soon as that shot went off, she went immediately down. So good awareness there from the referee.
We'll be back in a couple seconds here after the trainer takes the field. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Keller was able to get off the field on her own power. Luckily, hopefully it's not too serious. I likely just pulled something, hammy or something like that while taking the shot. Gabrielle Denis Bertrand, number 24, out of Aylmer, Ontario, will be taking her spot. The second-year player, graduate from École Secondaire Catholique Renaissance. She will be playing the top striker position now, as the Loyalist Lancers get possession. Good opportunity, but just kick two. These through balls are just way too much power on them, because it gets right to the opposing goalkeeper almost every time. And set pieces, like I said, were probably their biggest weakness for Moran's girls, and I think that's something you want to talk about and clean up. And now it balls at the midfield. Number 4 bounced off of Beal's thigh, and it will go out off of Weingarten. Oh, no, it won't go out of Weingarten. It'll go out off of number 4 on the shield. But I thought it went off of Weingarten. Regardless, the Lancers have possession, and Weingarten has the ball at her feet. She now gives it to Byerns, who gives it to number 8, Lauren Reed. Does a little spin move, looking for a position. Gets hit there, but keeps the ball at her feet. Nice bit of passing. Good opportunity for the Lancers, but right back, like I said, too much power on these balls into the box.
But those little tic-tac-toe there between all those players, everybody getting a touch, feeling a little bit more confident. Nobody really made themselves available for Reed, so we saw Reed just try to have to use a little bit of skill trying to get out of that pressure from the defensive side of things. But that's really what I'm looking for, is the Cambrian Golden Shield. Now on the other side, the captain seeing an opening, passing it ahead, going to be picked off by McNutt. Reed's there, taking her time, trying to find an opening. Again, Lancers need to get open. It's going to be Burns in front of her if she wants that option, but tries to kick it ahead to nobody.
And she had that winger there. The captain for the Cambrian Golden Shield had her winger. And now she has the ball at her feet once again. Passing to her teammate. Little tic-tac-toe action. Whitney has to stand tall here. Nice save by the goalkeeper. Really not a threatening position now. Keeping it 1-0. 30 minutes now. 31 minutes gone in this game. 1-0 for the visiting Cambrian Golden Shield. Beautiful ball by 19. That's Buchan, one of the Sault Ste. Marie players on this team. And now number 12 passes it up to Weingarten.
Well, one of the things on the previous play a second ago there is Reese almost got in front of that shot, and that could have been potentially a handball. You see Castleman coming up the side of the floor. Denise Bertrand on the far side, but it's just going to be poked away, so the Lancers are going to get their first corner of the match, and potentially of any of the first home games this season.
Yeah, there you go. Probably one of the first corners. You're right, and you could tell you're a basketball announcer because you called it a floor over a pitch, but that's okay. Anyways, we have a beautiful opportunity here. Number 9, Maddie Byerns, getting ready for the set piece. And we'll see if they run a set play or they just kick it into the box and hope for the best. I think you're looking for someone's head here. Denis Bertrand going in. Oh, over the head of the goalkeeper. And now it goes out. It's going to be a foot race for the ball. McNutt there. She's able to win it back. Beautiful ball. And now you hope they can do something, but it just goes to the way of the Golden Shield. You really need to keep possession here. Now you do. Here's Lauren Reed with the ball. Gives it to her winger, Denis Bertrand, not in the right position now. She has to run back, and nothing there. Not the best pass regardless for Denis Bertrand, really. So can't really fault her too much now with the ball. Is McNutt. She's being pursued by number 4 in the Golden Shield. It'll go the way of, Loyalist. And we're 32 minutes down in this one, getting ready for halftime. I assume it'll be a couple minutes of additional time now after that injury to Keller. We hope she's okay, because she, like Steve said, she went down right away after that shot. So wondering if she rolled her ankle on the ball or pulled something. Regardless, that's not a good injury to have when you're running. And a beautiful ball by Denis Bertrand. Good opportunity, and the flag goes up. Flag goes up for offsides against your Loyalist Lancers, and the goalkeeper will be able to corral it.
Really loving to see throughout this game, and I don't know if it's just the strength of the other teams and why we haven't seen it before, but Weingarten really getting involved on the offensive side of things. Traditionally, she's kind of just been played in the midfield or really only worrying about the defensive side of things, but seeing the space that she opens up and the opportunities getting created again, not to praise her too hard here, but again, Kaylee Weingarten wearing the captain's armband for the Lancers, always looking impressive as through ball goes through on the corner. 19 back to the captain of the Golden Shield, and it's just going to get kicked out for a corner kick for Cambrian.
And that's Ainsley Buchan out of St. Mary's College in Sault Ste. Marie. Shout out to everyone watching in that beautiful border town of the Sioux that I've spent a couple years of my life in, as we get ready for the Golden Shield for the corner. and it's sent in. Good opportunity for the Golden Shield, and hit by 19 Buchan, but it goes away. And she's Lauren Reed taken down almost immediately. That'll be a foul against the Cambrian Golden Shield. And we get ready, 34 minutes past 1-0 for the visiting Cambrian Golden Shield here on OCAA TV. We do thank everybody far and wide for watching.
Very interesting on that last play, too. I don't know what defender it was, but they were right in front of Tess Whitney and almost playing like you're screening and in volleyball, making sure that Whitney was not able to really move too much, which I haven't seen in too many other games today. So Cambrian Golden Shield getting a little cheeky alongside the crease here as we're 34 minutes gone as Denise Bertrand here with it. Trying to find any of her players, deciding to push forward with it. 2 defenders on her, poked away, but still in possession. Tries to chip it ahead to Hazelwood, and it's just going to go out of bounds. And again, that's the sort of thing, Lancers, don't be getting caught flat-footed if your teammate is looking like they need an option. Create that option for them.
Yeah, I agree. And the passing's been a heck of a lot better. Even Denis Bertrand and players who aren't really playmakers are making plays that put their teams in positive positions, but that last pass before a good goal-scoring opportunity is just lacking. And we'll see if they can get that there. Denis Bertrand in a foot race, but the goalkeeper will get there first. So like I said, that last pass into the box is what's really lacking for the Loyalist Lancers right now.
Yeah, just a little bit too heavy of a touch for Weingarten. And again, some of these opportunities, it's not like they're necessarily bad passes. They're just too strong or not able to match up the speed of the striker for the Lancers. As we see Dennis Bertrand here, give it to Burns. Burns got a whole bunch of options. Lancers actually have numbers here. Weingarten trying to get past the defender, and not going to be the case. Kicked away to the outside is Michaela Bertrand. And it looks like it's going to be a Lancer throw-in. So again, having these opportunities here, having that number advantages, Lancers feeling like they're creeping towards something.
Yeah, they got to get something here. And would it ever be nice to get a goal before halftime? But Denis Bertrand loses at her feet. It'll be a 2-on-1 opportunity. Oh, not what you want if you're Reese. Now, it'll go the other way, but it won't matter. And now the Cambrian Golden Shield win possession once again. They're going to get ready for their throw-in. Nice little throw to number 4, the captain, someone we don't have on our roster, unfortunately. And now, good opportunity. There you go. Now, Lauren Reed winning the ball. Not the right pass, just sends it towards the Cambrian player. But here's Weingarten leaving it for Denis Bertrand. It goes off her head, and not sure what the whistle is there.
Referee calling offside there, but I don't know if the referee was right on the line there. Maybe just a little bit behind because he was just slowly walking up the pitch. But nonetheless, I mean, it's sort of interesting to watch how when the Lancers do have possession and they do have numbers and they have options on the wings, that none of the wingers are really kind of going on a full-out sprint to capitalize on these through balls. And I don't know if it's a trust thing of thinking we might turn this over or just, lacking the confidence to call out, hey, mine, and bring attention to it. But I think if you're watching, and a lot of these opportunities, the Lancers could pick on either corner if one of the wingers wants to sprint, but neither of them have really taken that opportunity, except for a little bit earlier in this match.
37 minutes gone, 1-0 for the Golden Shield. They throw the ball in towards their opponent, and nice little step over there from Reese, and she sends it to her captain, Weingarten. Weingarten's going to have to be the quarterback of this offense if they want to do anything today, and Castleman trying to make a touch. We saw that earlier. She forces a turnover for Cambrian, so we like that. And now Ada Beal gets ready to throw the ball in right to Weingarten. Beautiful throw, actually. That's exactly where you wanted to put it, on your playmaker's foot. And Byerns passes it to Jatea Castleman. Jatea trying to do something. She has 2 bodies on her, and it'll go out for a corner. And Jatea's had one hell of a game so far, man. She's been everywhere on the pitch. I'm very happy with the way she's playing. I think you need to consider putting her at winger more and more.
Lancers getting another corner opportunity here. Maddie Burns with it. We saw in the previous corner kick that it went even beyond the goalkeeper in Skinkle for Cambrian. So we'll see how the Lancers are set up. Looks like they got about 5 in the box. Kicks coming through from Burns. Going to go in. That's going to miss everybody.
Yeah, now Lauren Reed has the ball at her feet looking for an opportunity. She's being pressed by number 10. That's O'Grady. And ball goes, it's going to be a foul against the Cambrian Golden Shield.
Yeah, O'Grady just catching the foot of Lauren Reed, and a quick shot coming through here from Hazelwood straight to Skinkle. And interesting is I don't know if all the Lancers were ready for that or if she just thought it was a good opportunity to try to make that shot.
Good, I like that. I think that's a good opportunity when you're struggling offensively. 39 minutes gone, you don't really have too many shots. You have a bit of forward momentum. Nice little play by Weingarten, keeping the ball at her feet. Nice little move. Looks for Denis Bertrand, but she's offside. And the Loyalist Lancers are finding not being able to get that last pass into the box is really hurting them.
Yeah, again, just feeling a little bit more confident on those short passes would end up doing wonders here as we're approaching just about 6 minutes left in this one. It's Skinkle here with the kick. And again, both teams' opportunities seeming kind of, I don't know, the energy feels like it's just a little bit lower than normal. And both teams really looking for a spark here. And Weingart may be able to make that for the Lancers. And going for a deep shot. And again, just a little bit too far. But we've seen from both teams taking shots from very, very close to, the center line, and I'm just surprised we're taking shots so far away.
I don't hate that, but I think she could have got more. She had a lot of people with her, running with her. She had Castleman there. She had Reed there. I'm not a big fan of that decision making, but there, you'll get it right back if you're Weingart. And she does so much on the ball and shields it, keeps it at her feet. Wow, what an amazing play to draw the foul too by Kaylee Weingart. And that's just unbelievable football, individual football there to keep the ball at her feet, shield the defender, and make her make a poor decision in fouling her. And that's the type of plays that she makes, man. That she's just one heck of a player, just a really strong midfielder, defensive midfielder. And now Reed passes it to Castleman. Castleman looks for her teammate, rather, but there's no one there. And Hazelwood takes a ill-advised shot once again. I'm not happy with that decision, but I guess it's better than just losing the ball, so it will go to the goalkeeper. I think she could have found a teammate there, though.
Yeah, again, it's about a confidence factor, which we've talked about before, of like playing with purpose. And again, taking those shots just because they're there is one thing, but again, feeling confidence and having those opportunities. And this is going to be on the flip side here. The captain for the Cambrian Golden Shield has all the options in the world. Just 2 Lancers back. We see Mackenzie Reese with it on the far side. The shot comes through. And Tess Whitney with a huge left hand to save off that chance from Brooke Dugas.
Yeah, definitely a save you have to make. 40 minutes gone in this one. You cannot afford to go down 2-0 because I don't think this is going to be a 2-goal game. This is going to be a 1-1, 2-1 type game. So that's a save you got to make if you're Whitney. It was a bit of a routine save. She had the near post covered, but I'm just happy with that save there. And Tess Whitney making that's, I believe, her third or fourth save already. So she's had a good game, and now it's a corner for the visitors. The Golden Shield gets the ball in, and Tess Whitney, a great play, able to command her presence in her box. And now with the ball, here's number 2, Ada Beal, sends it up the pitch, but nobody there. And now it goes to the captain of Cambrian, no offside. Nice little touch, and blocked by the Loyalist player. It will be a corner kick for the Cambrian Golden Shield, getting close to that 42-minute, which means that we're almost out of this half. It'll be 1-0 for the Cambrian Golden Shield if it stays.
Cambrian Golden Shield here with, again, they've had a couple of close opportunities on these corners, and again, just getting away from the Lancers and trying to create an open opportunity. Tess Whitney coming out of her crease, trying to punch that one away, gets a hand on it, and it's to nobody, but Castleman is with it, trying to kick it ahead. Dennis Bertrand now trying to run back. It's a sprint race, but the Cambrian Golden Shield last defender is there just to knock that one away in Danica Witten.
Well, now you need to go quick if you're Castleman. Not where you want the ball to go, for sure. You have to run all that way, and you got to be quick because Denis Bertrand puts you in a good position to keep the ball forward and make it happen, kind of stun the Golden Shield. Nice step over by Weingarten, and now a good opportunity for the Lancer ladies. A bit of a rush shot, and that's 23 Burns, but they keep the ball at their feet. There's Weingarten with the shot, and it'll go well wide. Now that's probably the 7th or 8th shot there for the Lancers, only 1 or 2 on target. So it's good to get balls on net compared to the last 3 games we've seen, but you really have to start getting them on target in the second half.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about the offensive chances the Lancers are getting are really amounting to a lot. Again, if you've been with us for the previous games, it has been a struggle for Loyalist offensively, so it's amazing to see. But again, getting these opportunities, we're just rushing them a little bit.
And yeah, Coach Garforth on the Cambrian side will likely tell his ladies that they need to tighten up because they're up 1-0, but they probably shouldn't be with all the Loyalist chances. So they're going to have to definitely change something as Weingarten's just cutting them up in the midfield. There she goes again. She finds Castleman. And not the right hit. And
Going to be offside too, but Castleman,
Okay.
I don't know what it is towards the second half because maybe she got gassed out a little bit in the first, but it feels like she's more looking to pass it as soon as she gets the touches versus just taking it herself. And I think Castleman has the skill, has the poise. We've seen earlier in this game some confidence with it. So again, maybe just some tired legs here as we're reaching the last 2 minutes of the first half. But again, looking for a huge performance out of Castleman in the second.
I was gonna say, I think for me, she's my, other than Weingarten, she's probably my player of the half for the Loyalist side. Is number 19, pushes in, that's Buchan, puts the ball through to the cross and nothing there. But anyways, I believe. Oh, and now I'm not able to talk because the Cambrian Golden Shield are just pressing in a big through ball. Nothing there, blocked by the center back for the Lancers. But anyways, I was gonna say I think it's absolutely just her being gassed, and maybe they should have looked at offside, well offside. Maybe they should have looked to get some different legs on there, give her a rest before halftime. But I think Castleman's just straight up exhausted.
Yeah, well, I mean, even on that last one, Castleman ended up turning over, but it was just because as soon as she got it again, trying to kick it away, and you can kind of see it within her body language. And again, going to get some water and rest up for that second half as Cambrian here going to throw it in. And we did have, just as a reminder, we did have Keller going down earlier after the crazy shot that went off the crossbar that would have tied this game up at 1. And that was really kind of the only stoppages that we've seen within this. So we'll see how long the referee goes. There's a huge cross, tries to come in for the Cambrian Golden Shield, and Whitney standing strong and just cradling that one in.
Yeah, that's easy for Tess Whitney, no problem at all. The 5'6" goalkeeper out of Belleville, St. Teresa Collegiate graduate, first-year goalkeeper, so can imagine she'll definitely be sticking around next year. And now we're at the 45-minute halftime mark. We'll see how much injury time we get. Likely 2 minutes. That would be my assumption, 1 to 2 minutes. It's a 1-0 tightly contested affair, but it's been clean. There hasn't been too much rough stuff. So I think, yeah, other than Keller's injury, which I was also going to say, she's not on the medical bench, on the medical bed or whatever you want to call it, the trainer's bed. So it looks like she's rejoined her teammates on the bench. I can only imagine she'll be okay going forward. Like I said, I think it was just a bit of a stinger as Castleman's in a good opportunity. Beautiful ball by Gabrielle Denis, but flag up offside late.
The referee is calling these flags so incredibly late.
Yeah.
I want to say that he's on the line, but there was one earlier that was a little bit in question, and that one there, I don't know. That was an incredibly late call, but obviously you have to go with what the officials are saying. But again, looked like a phenomenal opportunity as Castleman had Weingarten, and they were just wide open, 2 for 2 on the goalkeeper.
I don't like throwing the flag that late, but we don't do the job, so can't really say too much. And now number 4 has it for the Cambrian Golden Shield. Number 3, Reese, gets rid of it, goes right back to 23, Molly Watson in the defender position. She sends it to Ada Beal, and Weingarten with the pass to Burns. And now if you get past half, you really have a good opportunity. Here's Denis Bertrand, no flag up. Oh, just too much power on the ball. And that is the halftime marker, last chance. Like I said, a bit too much power on that one, and it'll be 1-0 going into the 10-minute break for Stephen Schill. My name's John Ostrowski, and after a quick coffee or Gatorade or whatever you'd like, we'll see you in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to half two. We got Cambrian, we got Loyalist. Should be a doozy 45 minutes of footy. Here we go. They've switched sides, so we're getting ready to go here in the second half of the match. And the ball will go out.
Yeah, I mean, to recap the first half, both teams with a number of opportunities, an incredible pass coming in from Brooke Dugas, Lauren Kennedy, and an amazing shot really just set things in motion there for the Cambrian Golden Shield. The Lancers trying to come back and make the most of it. We saw, again, just on the opposite side of the pitch where Keller had an incredible opportunity, the striker for the Lancers, and ended up hitting that off the crossbar and down. Unfortunately, not in for them, and she was injured for that, but able to be back in this one as we see Keller with it now in a one-on-one situation. If she's able to bring it back, three other Cambrian defenders are there. Keller taps it ahead, and the defender just tosses it off to the side, and Cambrian's able to get away from that chance. But again, first couple of seconds, great look for the Lancers early.
Yeah, you don't want that if you're Keller, but I understand what she was trying to do, but not the best decision-making there on a one-on-one opportunity. You don't know how many good opportunities you'll get like that, but maybe you'll get more. There's Weingarten and Byron's doing a little one-on-one passing, and Byron's trying to get the ball back there as it's bouncing around everywhere. And now Hazelwood in a scrum with number 6. That's Dugas. Yeah,
and it looks like Weingarten there is limping a little bit. Hopefully she's not going to be out for this one, but very intelligent play from Keller on that previous play, making sure that she wasn't offside. You can see her kind of stutter step and just wait a minute for the back line for Cambrian to come through as Hazelwood tries to put it up towards Castleman or Burns. Cambrian's is going to pick it up and kick it back to midfield. Reese is there, tries to get a hand on it, not going to be successful with it and just hit ahead from the goal scorer in Kennedy, and running on that is Sarah Rosa. And a collision there with Reese. It's Beal with it, who just tries to kick it ahead. Now to Reed.
And now Lauren Reed with the ball at her feet, gives it to Ada. Beal sends it through, goes right to the defender in the yellow jersey. And now Cambrian threatening a bit here. And good opportunity. That's something we have to really say about the Loyalist defenders is after that first goal, they haven't given up many high-quality opportunities, but there might be one here. Captain number 4 takes a shot. Oh, it's in the back of the net. Oh, my goodness, from outside the box. 28, 27 yards out, something like that. What a strike from the captain wearing the armband. I wish we had her name on our roster. What a shot, and not a chance for the goalkeeper. Not a chance, and wow, it'll be 2-0, doubling their lead, the ladies from Sudbury. And 47 minutes into this one, that'll be a big statement goal for the winless Golden Shield.
Yeah, going into this one again, the Lancers were expecting a draw or a tie to potentially have that loss on the record for this one. We'll see what Coach Tom Moran does for the formation, any sorts of substitutions. If this kicks the Lancers into extra gear again, it's only a 2-0 lead, so it is quite doable as we're just 2-3 minutes into this second half. It's a shot to head to Maddie Burns. Tries to get a shot on, but pushed off of it and goes down in the box. No call on the play. Cambrian now the other way. Beal tries to get a foot on it. Not going to be the case, but wow, what an opportunity.
And now we need to wait and see if the frustration sets in for the Loyalist Lancers. I'm sure it will eventually when you've been playing so well and just can't get something behind the goalkeeper and can't get solid opportunities. Like I said, they're really missing that last pass as now the Cambrian Golden Shield send it up.
Lancers needing to get back on defense too. Shaylin McNutt luckily there and really using her body to get the players off the ball. But again, we just saw kind of the Lancers not really sprinting back, and that's something that is really concerning. As you know, these opportunities come in. The cross that we saw that was perfect earlier in that first half from Dugas, something you can't just kind of let happen. So Shaylin McNutt, huge opportunity, huge defensive play there. But again, Lancers needing to track back a little quicker on defense when that opportunity for Golden Shield opens up on these wings.
Now throwing in the ball is number 12, Chelsea Kennedy. Ready to throw it in for the Golden Shield. Nothing there. Oh, good opportunity, but it'll go wide. Now Jutea Castleman with the ball. Castleman running, still going, looking for her teammate Byron. Now it's sent through. Good ball by Reed. Perfect ball. Now it's going to Weingarten, who's alone on the breakaway. One player to beat, and that's the goalkeeper. And oh, it tipped off her. Yeah, tipped off the fingertips of the goalkeeper, but a bit high for Kaylee Weingarten. It will be a corner for the Loyalist Lancers.
Yeah, the rookie in net, Olivia Skinkle for the Cambrian Golden Shield, coming up with a massive save. Absolutely the best opportunity for the Lancers, having a one-on-one opportunity with your captain and arguably best player and Kaylee Weingarten trying to take that shot, but Skinkle standing tall. Lancers, again, feeling a little bit. We weren't really knowing what they were going to come out after, going down that next little goal here, because we've seen, just the momentum stave off a little bit, but it looks like the Lancers here with Hazelwood taking a corner have all the momentum in the world.
Getting ready, Hazelwood with the hit. And just too much power. That's something we've talked about a couple times with the Lancers team. They've just had too much power on almost all of their set pieces. A beautiful ball in, and it'll sail over the crossbar. So it'll be a goal kick for Skinkle on the Cambrian Golden Shield side.
Just a smidge above that crossbar there, coming in from Kaylee Weingarten, who's probably feeling quite confident after getting that shot off. Obviously, it didn't go in, but still having those opportunity or chances. We're creating something out here. We're just 5 minutes gone in the second half, and I mean, I don't know what we look at. What do we try to do? Do we go for these short passes? Do we try to go for those through balls? Do you go for those wide kicks here? Is Mackenzie Reese, last one back for the Lancers, able to turn that one over in favor for her as she kicks ahead to Hazelwood here. Hazelwood having Weingarten with her, and Keller going to Keller. Keller trying to go for a little bit of skill. It's going to go off the Cambrian player, so throwing Lancers. And they're going to go quick here, it looks like. Burns up ahead, passes ahead to Keller, but it's going to be given up to the defender in Jamie Hopkins on the corner, taken back by Keller.
Beautiful play by Hopkins there to get the ball out of Keller's wheelhouse there. And Keller, wow, able to step over and keep the ball at her feet, but there's nobody there. Castleman was probably hoping she's a bit deeper in the box, waiting for that pass, but nothing there. And now it'll go the other way. Number 4 on the Cambrian Golden Shield. Like I said, would like to have her name on my scorecard, so hopefully we can give her recognition later, because that was one heck of a strike. Both these goals by the visitors have just been beautiful, haven't they?
Yeah, no, it's been a treat to watch in that instance. Obviously, we're here doing the Lancer broadcast, but Cambrian showing up and showing what they can do here as the cross goes far in. It's not going to go out of bounds, so Beal's trying to fight for it, gets a touch on it, and going to give a corner here for the Cambrian Golden Shield. And just a reminder, every time the Cambrian's taken a corner here, it has been far and wide. So we'll see what ends up happening here as the corner kick looks like it's going to be taken from Kennedy.
And even given my history in being in Sault Ste. Marie and having a little rivalry with those Sudbury teams, it's still a treat to watch these Golden Shield women strike the ball, because it's been beautiful. And a beautiful corner in. And way too high. Not a chance for the Golden Shield. That was a beautiful ball, but just too much mustard on it. And it looked like that was a missed call there. I thought that Golden Shield player went straight for the shin of Weingarten.
Yeah, Kennedy ends up tripping up Weingarten, but there was no call on the play, and then immediately afterwards a shot gets taken on net that goes off Reese, in which the Golden Shield will call in for a handball that they didn't get either. So kind of both calls getting crossed out for each other, if you will. And so we'll see the corner kick, I believe, from Kennedy coming in here for the Golden Shield. And again, just needing to bring that a little bit closer, because that last opportunity was way outside the box and just didn't end up hitting any of the Golden Shield.
And now Gabrielle, excuse me. And it goes away. Okay, Gabrielle Denis-Bertrand is now in for Keller at the striker top position. Now number 24, Denis-Bertrand in for the match. Just wanted to get that out before I forgot. And regardless, it's a goal kick. It won't mean anything. We're getting set here. Whitney will be getting ready to send the ball. 8 minutes gone in the second half. 53 minutes into this game.
A very, very interesting scene of events there a moment ago, where the cross comes in. Whitney gets a hand on it for the Lancer goalkeeper, and then it's just kind of anyone's game. And luckily, they were able to get that one out. But that could have been disastrous.
Absolutely, it could have been. And now going the other way, here's Weingarten with the ball, looking for a pass. It's there, and Hazelwood needs to win out the run, and she has it. Hazelwood with a good opportunity takes a hit right to the keeper. Not what you want if you're on the Loyalist side. Good opportunity, though. They're getting chances now. And now number 6 with the ball, Dugas. Dugas with a beautiful ball in. Looking for her teammate. Nice little tic-tac-toe passing, but nothing there. And it's sent to Byron's. Making a little step over, but nothing there. And now number 12 with the ball. Sends it through. Finds number 4, her captain. Not offside, of course. And good opportunity, but nobody home. Goal kick for the Lancers. And Weingarten, nice little move. Tried to look for something. Oh, and a nice ball. She has Gabrielle there. Nice foot race there, but she loses it. Oh, it gets taken down, but no. Oh, there's the call. Yeah, I figured it would be a foul against Denis Bertrand because she went down straight away, that center back there for Cambrian.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed too is the Lancers seemingly going quite heavily on the left side or relying on that left side for all these offensive opportunities. Castleman really not. Something we talked about in the first half, thinking that Castleman was going to get more opportunities and really show herself off. Because again, when we saw in that first half, there was so many runs from Castleman that were just incredible opportunities for the Lancers to be able to capitalize on here, and haven't really got her going in the second half as it passes back in for Weingarten. Nice little bit of skill going to the net. Weingarten all alone, taking the shot. It's just going to roll to Skinkle, and she's going to just hit the deck, roll it up and pick it up. And oh my goodness, Kylie Weingarten with some great chances here in the second half early.
Yeah, they need to get some finishing there, especially in that box, because you will not be able to score in this league if you can't, if you at least don't have one finisher, one player who's just a natural born goal scorer. And that's something the Lancers, they're very good from the defense in the midfield, but they just really do struggle up top. So you need to hope that you have more runs and put your goal scorers in better positions, because it's not even them. It's the fact that a lot of the balls they're getting have a little bit too much gusto, a bit too much power on them. So there's a bit of a miscommunication from the midfield to the strike force, and you hope to iron that out. Now number 6, Dugas has the ball and goes right to a white jersey. And I would say Loyalist, especially since that first goal, has dominated possession at about a 65% clip. And it'll go with the ball is number 3, Rees. Sorry, that's Weingarten now with the ball. Weingarten looking for it. Nice bit of passing. Now here's number 8, Lauren Reed, trying to win the ball, but now Weingarten wins it. Now with the ball is number 7 for Cambrian, tries to find her target, but can't. And then number 15, Jamie Hopkins, and fouled by Hazelwood. Will be a throw for the Golden Shield. 1-0, 57 minutes gone. We thank you for spending part of your Saturday with us here at OCAA TV and here at Lancer Field in Belleville, Ontario, on the campus of Loyalist College on the Bay of Quinte here. Now, big free kick in. Nice block, Whitney with the grab.
One thing that I've found kind of interesting from covering all these different games is every game there's somebody different that's contributing and being a huge part, and somebody that we call the player of the game. Every single one of them. So again, this team has a ton of talent, but being able to come together and get that goal. The first one we're looking for at home as Weingarten tries to kick that ahead. Goes off the Shield player. Goes sent back the other way. Tess Whitney now outside of her box, waiting for that just to roll to her and gets it. But again, a lot of talent here on the Lancer squad, but just being able to capitalize on the opportunities created today need to be a little bit better.
Ball goes into the midfield and out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the Golden Shield. Looked like the ref was putting his flag up for a sub, but I guess not.
Now we're going to see Dennis Bertrand come out for Keller. So a little bit of change up on that striking position. And again, we saw Keller start the second half, so maybe Tom Moran brought her out, whether for a rest or due to that injury a little bit earlier, and just kind of having different spurts with her as the number 9 for the Lancers.
Now with the ball, a bit of a scrum in the midfield, looking for her target, finds it now. Nice little tic-tac-toe there. Got to keep moving forward up the pitch, and once again, too much mustard on that pass. It goes right to the goalkeeper.
Again, just feeling that confidence and playing with purpose and not wanting to have those turnovers again as Cambrian brings it up their pitch. Beal gets a head on it and going to be almost double teamed there, but one of the Golden Shield players kind of tracks back, realizing that's going to just roll out of bounds.
It'll be a throw-in, by the way. Oh, looks like there's a sub now. Burns is coming out. Looks like Keller came in for her. Oh, no, it's Emily Mealing coming in for her. Oh, never mind. I apologize for everyone at home. She's just getting a water. Usually at some levels of football, they have I don't believe it's too hot, but once it gets to a certain threshold of heat, they will actually stop play for a quick water break.
Hazelwood passes that out to Weingarten. And Weingarten here, maybe just going to take it, maybe going to kick it ahead, tries to put it away quickly here. Now to Burns. Burns having that pass from Castleman, and Castleman able to run away here. Castleman going up the pitch with Keller, trying to go right next to her. Passing it ahead, going over to Keller. Keller with the shot, and Keller puts it in the back of the net. First goal of the season at home for the Loyalist Lancers.
Castleman to Keller, and that's what you needed. 60 minutes, a full hour of football. You absolutely needed to find the back of the net in this one. That's a huge goal, and you could even salvage 1 to 3 points after that one. And you could see the weaknesses there on the Cambrian Golden Shield side. They were able to just penetrate that defense, and they've been holding good for past little bit, but just could not get it started there, or could not stay in shape, and that weakness and opening was just exposed by the Lancers offense. And now you hope that kind of lights a fire under them. They're in this game. They're a 1-goal game now. So you gotta keep going and pressing and get that second goal as the ball goes out of bounds.
As soon as we started that kick, the defense just booted that all the way up the pitch. And so Ada Beal now with it again. I think from the home crowd getting into this, the Lancers feeling confident again. Very excited to watch this last 30 minutes of play.
Absolutely. It should be a barn burner. These are two teams that are really fighting for positioning. I think Cambrian is definitely outside of the playoffs right now, so they could really, really use these 3 points. And if you were on their side, going down or being up 2-0 to 2-1 after losing a bunch of possession and not really having the ball at your feet until just now, number 23 with a shot. That's Watson. Oh, it goes to the back of the net. Molly Watson. That shot was all the way from Sault Ste. Marie. That was not the best shot if you're the goalkeeper on the Loyalist side.
I think everybody just got a little bit lax there, thinking, hey, there's not really going to be that many threats. Again, there's only 1 or 2 players there from Cambrian. They weren't really trying to press forward, but they were there looking for that angle of the shot and getting just the right angle. Well, Tess Whitney's not able to drop on it, but it's something we talked about a little bit earlier in this one where the Lancers getting caught flat-footed, and something I'm wanting to see. You don't need to be sprinting at everything, but you need to be always moving, always thinking, and trying to cut off wherever you can and stave off those chances. Because, again, that one, just get a couple bodies in front of it and you're good, but shot goes through and gets past the keeper.
That's an absolute punch to the gut if you're on the side of the Lancers. You go down 2-1 and now you're down 3-1. You had a good opportunity to get back into this one. And it's still only 2 goals in 27 minutes, 28 minutes of football. We're at the 62nd minute now, so you have a lot of time to make something happen. But, wow, that just kills your momentum, doesn't it? And now with the opportunity here to make something happen as the captain of the Golden Shield. And, Lauren Reed goes for the slide, but nothing there. And she loses the ball to Castleman. Looked like there's a foul there going the way of the Golden Shield.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, what exactly do you say going into that? Because you feel pretty bad, but you know that you're still in this. So it goes from, okay, we need to come up with 1 goal to score into now having to come up with 2. And so do you play a little bit higher? Do you end up trying to make any sort of substitutions? What exactly do you do? And I mean, here you're just kind of stuck playing defense because Cambrian's in the offensive side of things.
Well, I'm not the coach, but I always say play up higher. Go for the goal. That's what I'm saying here. Especially, but Cambrian, they haven't had a lot of offensive opportunities, but the ones they have, there's another one.
Yeah, Lauren Kennedy, one of the goal scorers earlier there with another header, just goes out.
And the ones they have very much been successful. Their completion rate on goals compared to Loyalists is just through the roof. And yeah, I don't really know what you do if you're on Loyalist side to keep good spirits, because I know I've played this sport a couple years, not necessarily at a high level, but I've played at the college level, and it's a bit of a blow when something like that happens, that's for sure. It's really not fun to deal with, to really get there and almost be at the doorstep and just let it go. And now throw in goes number 7 at the feet of the Loyalist player, and scrum there. When in doubt, kick it out. Not what you wanted to do there. Eventually got it out and have an ability to regroup. Number 15 takes a shot. That is Jamie Hopkins. Easy save by the goalkeeper, and Weingarten with the ball. Hopkins wins it back. Bit of passing in the front third, and a beautiful ball, but Whitney's there all day. And now sent to Byrnes, who sends it through to Keller. Still going are the Lancers. Got to be on there quicker if you're a Loyalist. There you go. Good offensive, forward-thinking idea there to able to win the ball back, too, after the throw. Set piece for Beal. Now she has it at her feet looking for a ball in. There it is to Weingarten. Beautiful little bit of skill. Yeah, you want to get it on the feet of Weingarten because she'll make something happen. Now Hazelwood has it. It's blocked. And now Lauren Reed, not what you wanted there. Now Bayern's going for the ball. Ada Beal has it now. The fullback gives it to Weingarten, who can make so much happen. And it slips out of the keeper, Skinkle's hands. I don't know why I couldn't say that, but she's going to corral it easily. 65 minutes gone. We now have 20 minutes left to go in the match. And now with the ball is Rees. Gives it to Reed. Castleman now. Castleman passes it to Bayerns. Now to Castleman. Castleman looks for targeted Keller, and it's Skinkle is all there.
And I think it's one of those things we're just kind of seeing where those opportunities are. And again, there's only really two forward-moving players there for the Lancers within the box. Obviously, Burns and Weingarten were right behind there. But again, for Castleman, just to kind of put that through, you're wanting to create that opportunity, but I think you just got to wait a little bit to try to see if there's anyone else behind you or around you. Because again, with so many defenders there for Cambrian, you really have to pick your shots very carefully here because there's only going to be so many opportunities.
I think Hazelwood got in her gut there. Doesn't feel very good. I think 15 Hopkins on Cambrian side was like, sorry for that. Yeah, because Cambrian, I think, Hazelwood definitely got the wind knocked out of her, so she might have to go off, but she's going to stay on there, and ball gets thrown in. Goes toward McNutt, and now the defender has it. Oh, she loses it straight away. Lauren Kennedy shot the ball, and nothing really there. And a big boot. Ball goes to the feet of Weingarten, but she loses it straight away. Now number 6 with the ball, Brooke Dugas. And number 4 passes it to number 7. That is Kennedy. Shot goes well wide. 67 minutes gone. 3-1 for your Cambrian Golden Shield. And yeah, I don't think you're super pleased if you're Coach Moran about the second half. You get a goal back and give it up straight away, not even 2 minutes later. I think you needed to definitely have your head in the game a bit more, and unfortunately that was a mental lapse, but it's one that's not necessarily acceptable as the ball goes through half. Oh, good opportunity. Here's the captain for the Cambrian Golden Shield looking for a second of the game. The ball's loose, and now with the shot, it's blocked by the defender. Oh, good save by Whitney, and another shot, another save. Whitney, the goalkeeper, keeping it a 2-goal game, and oh my goodness, Tess Whitney working her magic once again to keep the ball out of the net.
Yeah, Tess Whitney doing phenomenally there. Looks like she's down injured, but my goodness, the Lancers defense needs to come together. It was Reese, and I think there was one other player. I'm sorry, I forget who it was, but the other defenders there kind of just staying still, not doing anything. The midfield's got to come back. Those opportunities kept happening, and the Lancers were caught completely flat-footed, except for one or two players. And as you said a minute ago, it doesn't feel that acceptable for the second half. That can't happen there.
No, that's another lapse in judgment there, and you're lucky that Whitney, the keeper, stood tall and was able to keep it a two-goal match. And you're also really lucky that she's still healthy and isn't really nursing too many injuries after that one, because that could have been bad. And now there's a goal kick for Whitney. She's set. 68 minutes gone. 3-1 for your Golden Shield. And here we go. Like I said, there's a short set piece. And that leaves a lot of room for error because you have to make so many more passes just like that. And now possession is questioned, but with the ball, oh, beautiful run by Weingarten, going for another one of her famous runs, and now leaving it for Castleman, who has to just outspeed the defender with a hit, and it hits the crossbar. Oh, what an opportunity for Jatea Castleman. And now the ball is going to go the way of the Cambrian Golden Shield. McNutt with the ball at her feet. McNutt looking for something. There is a foul. That's the right call by the referee. She got her on the shin.
And again, watching Robinson here on the defense is kind of leaving the captain unguarded, needing to really be back and kind of watch that because the opportunity is coming through for the number 4 in yellow are huge. And again, Robinson a second ago as well, kind of coming up the pitch, not really under pressure, and then just immediately turning it over, not passing to anyone. These passes need to be better. And as we see another immediate turnover here, as the Cambrian Golden Shield captain now brings it up the pitch, it's a 2-on-3 opportunity. Takes the shot, and Whitney's just going to grab that one. But again, we are just struggling all of a sudden with the turnovers, which it felt like was not the case in the first half.
Now we got 20 minutes even left in the game. At the 70th minute, it was 3-1 for the ladies from Sudbury. Greater Sudbury, that is. Cambrian Golden Shield. Oh, nice little bit of physical play. Burns had the ball at her feet. Now, beautiful bit of passing. Katie Hazelwood running for the ball, has to keep it in. Looking for a pass, has to make the pass soon, or just take it for herself, and it's broken up. Yeah, like I said, probably should have made the pass a bit sooner, maybe a touch before. She would have had Castleman there, but a great play by the defender on the Golden Shield side. I believe that was 15. That was Hopkins there.
Yeah, Hazelwood just looking kind of a little bit unconfident, trying to kick that with the left foot, not thinking that she's going to get enough power and turning it over, so just trying to keep it into the box.
Oh, it was 12, not 15, sorry, Kennedy. It was Kennedy who made that play. It was not Hopkins. I do apologize for that. As now a free kick for the Golden Shield. 71 minutes gone in this match. 3-1 for the visitors. Throw in.
Castleman staves it off for a second. Robinson using her body to take it. Kicked ahead. Popped up by Kennedy. Now it's on the corner. Tries to just pass it ahead. Mackenzie Reese back again. There's only 2 Lancer defenders guarding the 2 Cambrian players, and now a shot comes from afar, and Lancers just needing to be aware. Again, I don't know if it's the defense, I don't know if it's the midfield, but just there is way too many unguarded Cambrian Golden Shield players near Tess Whitney.
Good opportunity here. Big boot. Looking for her teammate, trying to go over the head of Whitney, but that's not going to work when she can use her hands. Tess Whitney with an easy save. And like you said, there's a lot of unshielded gold, no pun intended, unshielded gold jerseys around that goalkeeper in Whitney. And that's a little bit dangerous. I know you're trying to press up a little bit, but they get a through ball, and it's right there, and you're basically, like I said, a term I used was hanging her out to dry. That's happened too many times for Whitney. It hasn't happened today once, I will say that. All the goals have been spectacular for the Golden Shield, but you really don't want to leave your goalkeeper out to dry because that just ruins your confidence in between the sticks, and you need a confident keeper in this game. As we are getting set for a throw-in on the Lancers side. We all would like to thank you for joining us on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Belleville, Ontario on the Bay of Quinte on OCAA TV. So thank you very much for joining, as the Lancers will keep possession after that. Goes out of bounds on the Cambrian player. Of course, Cambrian came into this one 0-5-0. They might be picking up their first 3 points, and that basically saves their chances to get into the OCAA playoffs, as 8 teams out of 10 in each division, I believe. I think one of them has 9, but regardless, 8 teams from each division make the playoffs. So you really just need a couple points to get in there, and this will be huge for them if they're able to stave off the next 17 and a half minutes, and they have to go up Highway 17 with a bunch of big smiles on their face back to Sud Vegas there. And it'll be an opportunity. Nothing there. It'll be out of bounds. And, yeah, it will be a goal kick for the home side. Almost at the 75th minute mark, 73-45 gone, 3-1. Like I said, Steve, this is a huge game for playoff aspirations for both sides, and just not what you wanted, I think, if you were on the Cambrian side. Or, sorry, if you were on the Loyalist side.
Well, I know talking about this weekend in our previous matchup, one of the things that you were really thinking was that the opportunity was going to be here for Lancers to walk away with 3 points. Kennedy comes around the shot, and a huge diving effort there from Kennedy. But, I mean, as you said before, I didn't know if that was going to come true on this weekend. And immediately we saw a completely different offensive side for the Lancers, and opportunities were coming in droves. And, I mean, mean, throughout this game, I don't have like any stats on me, but it felt like the Lancers have had 15 to 20 plus different good opportunities, which for the previous games, if you've not tuned in, they've had 1 to 2 maybe per game. And so again, massive difference. The opportunities have given them chances and whatnot here, but Golden Shield just having a little bit of a better game so far, but still a little bit left to play.
As we have the Golden Shield here with an opportunity, they're attacking. There goes number 6 into the box. That's Brooke Dugas with a head full of steam, but nothing there. But yeah, they were definitely more clinical. They probably were not, well, in ways they were the better side than Loyalist in this first 75 minutes of this match because, like I said, they were more clinical. They did not have possession as much, but they played the counter almost to perfection today. And the coaches on this side for the Cambrian side, excuse me, I don't have my roster up right now. The coaches on the Cambrian side, Coach Ali and Coach Jason, have to be just smiling, grinning from ear to ear because their ladies have just been so... They have not played like an 0-5 soccer club, and I think that really surprises me seeing their record. And here's another opportunity. Here's number 2, Isabel Gilbert with the shot. What a save by the goalkeeper! Tess Whitney able to corral it. That was a rocket of a shot, but an even better save by Tess Whitney. Wow, that is quite a feat from Belleville's own. I do apologize for that. I realized that my me grabbing the papers came up on the feedback, so I will not do that for the last 15 minutes. Sorry for everyone at home. But anyways, now we have a little bit of a scrum for the ball, foot race. Number 9, Hazelwood, putting her back into it. She didn't get the call, but...
And again, like, I mean, as we know that there's only, just over 10 minutes left within this one, I'm really wanting to see the Lancers to try to give it all you got here. Mm-hmm. The bench is there. Tom Moran, if they're on the bench, telling players, yo, listen, just give it your all here and try to create these opportunities. Because, again, we saw where the goals came quickly at points, or unsurprisingly from the Golden Shield. I think the Lancers are going to have some opportunities if they really try to press for this.
And I noticed that none of the players that are regular substitutions. Oh, here's an opportunity for number 4, that mystery Golden Shield player. She's not very happy with be able to run that one out. And a bit of a scrum for the ball. And something I've noticed is we haven't really tapped into the bench depth. Not really many players have come on or off. I think it was Gabrielle that came on, and that was about it all game. Maybe one more that we missed. Maybe Marriott came in, but I didn't see her. I didn't see any. Oh, beautiful. Able to stay onside. Keller. Oh, and the flag comes up a bit late once again. That was a little bit less late than the last one, so that wasn't, that was probably the right call, but it will be offside.
Well, again, holding up on those lines, just looking at where the players were, it feels like the ref's not actually going and following the defense all the way down the line there, but nonetheless, Lance is getting caught offside a couple times as the far linesman makes that call. And again, just needing to come up with anything, because that was an opportunity that looked really, really good, but unfortunately now you're having to play on the defensive side of things.
With the ball now, here's number 5, Weingarten, who's been absolutely everywhere today, and looks for Castleman, but the run's just not there. 12 minutes left, 78 minutes gone in this one, and Lauren Reed sends it to Keller. This time she's on. This time Keller's on, has a good opportunity for her second goal of the match. Keller with the shot, and a great save by Skinkle.
See, watching Keller approach that, the whole time you could just kind of tell on the delivery there that she was wanting to pick her shot there, where I think part of it was you need to get that power just of how close it was. Because, I mean, I think generally it was a great shot, but you need to kind of just hoof that one and try to see if you're going to beat the keeper, because just as a kind of a nice targeted placement, unless you get that target, it's not going to be able to make the keeper flounder at all.
And Whitney throws the ball. Kicks the ball, goes to Weingarten, finds Castleman, beautiful ball, probably the best chance of the game other than the one that they scored on. Castleman with the goal! Back of the net, Jatea Castleman off the feed from the captain, Weingarten. Thank goodness she got that ball in the net. And now it's a 1-goal game, 11 minutes left plus injury time. There goes Byron's getting ready to put the ball back at midfield. And wow, that's a momentum changer for this last 11 minutes of this match.
Again, can show up at any time, talking about how the Lancers really need to just stay on that offensive side, play with purpose, look forward. Again, we were seeing Keller a moment ago saying, okay, she realizes this is the opportunity that I need to take, and unfortunately went straight to the keeper. The Lancers immediately off of a turnover from the Cambrian Shield, able to go straight back. Castleman, as we talked about in the first half, was basically our player of the match, just looked outstanding, was getting those runs, getting those chances, and we're like, at some point, this is going to be capitalized on, and had a very, very quiet second half so far for Castleman. But again, maybe that was a good thing because not tired out, able to get that opportunity, run through. And the Lancers now on the other side is going to be Shaylin McNutt here, getting charged by the Cambrian Golden Shield. Gets over it, has to keep it in play, does so. Going, Lancers making run. Castleman on the far side is the only one there besides Keller. The shot goes over to Castleman and picked off. Just walking ahead there is Olivia Skinkle. But man, what a difference maker in just a couple of minutes for the Energy.
Yeah, and Jatea Castleman's not a traditional 9. I think if she was a traditional number 9, a traditional striker, she'd be right there for that goal, making it 3-3. But she's a wing type player. She plays center back fullback sometimes. She plays up the pitch, so that's what I said. That's kind of what the Loyalist Lancers are lacking, is that traditional, just goal-minded striker. And I think Keller has a little bit of that in her. But yeah, you just need to be a little bit more offensive minded in this last 9.5 minutes here. A 3-2 game here. Cambrian Golden Shield, easily their best match of the year.
We've seen from Cambrian where the far shots are taken on net. We'll see if this is a pass or straight to the net here. Looks like it's going to be in front of the box. Everyone's fighting for it. Going to be picked up by Kennedy. It's going to actually be Mackenzie Reese that walks away from it, but gets stonewalled there by Jamie Hopkins, who takes the shot, and it's just going to go off the side. But man, Lancers really just, again, with the time's ticking all the time here, really wanting to see everybody just being active and being aware that you need to make something happen, and you need to make it happen now.
And she's finally sending it a bit further. See, that's better than just passing it. That's way better than just passing it because you're able to get some forward motion. That's something they have to really do on their set pieces and goal kicks. I don't care if Tess Whitney can only kick the ball as far as that. That's way better than just passing it to her center back or her fullback. You saw it right there. They were able to get forward motion, and now they drew the foul. So
yeah, Keller getting fouled, but one thing to note there is Olivia Skinkle trying to just let the Lancer player come up and grab the ball, trying to kill as much time as possible. So that's when we're talking about them needing to make something happen now. It needs to, again, happen ASAP.
Sometimes they'll even kick the ball away and make it harder, but that way you're risking a yellow. And now McNutt coming in, looking for Jatea, can't find her. Oh, McNutt just completely bodies the one player there. I actually don't know if that was McNutt. I think that was number 12, Haley Robinson, actually. And now with the ball, it's going the other way. Here's number 7 for the Cambrian Golden Shield. That's Lauren Kennedy. And nothing there. Now the captain sends it to somebody, but nobody's there. McNutt tries to get rid of it.
And again, Brooke Dugas on this close side. Not a single defender even looking at her. If Cambrian sees that opportunity, she's just got a free run on net.
Yeah, and that's not good when you're trying to play forward. You still have to have your people in motion, but Jatea had a beautiful opportunity to make it a 3-3 match, and arm goes up straight away. I think that was the right call. It was close, but I think she was off.
Yeah, I've been a little critical of things, but that for sure was off there from the far side referee. But again, just a couple minutes left here. The opportunities, I mean, up here in the booth, it feels like the energy's here. The home crowd's getting into it again. Golden Shield, pressure, getting that first win on the season. Lancers getting that first home win. And again, looking for that playoff picture.
Absolutely should have. Probably have 4 goals by now, at least if you're Loyalist, because they've had the opportunities, they've had the chances. It's just they can't get that final touch in the box to put it in the back of the net a lot of the time. So
and keep an eye here as Cambrian is trying to play as short passing or taking as much time as possible for it as the referee gives the ball back to the Lancers here. The Lancers, again, having to run up the pitch here. You're seeing a couple players recognizing that right away. But Keller, the only one really up the pitch with Hazelwood on that left side. Beal throws on the ball. It's going to be to Burns with Lauren Reed right next to her, but goes back to Robinson.
Got to go careful here. Careful, but with what do you call it? With gusto and moxie and with, confidence to run at the keeper for the Golden Shield. So we'll see.
Shaylin McNutt here with a lot of room. Actually, the player's coming back, so it's not going to be the case, but this is one of those things where I think the Lancers, whenever they get possession, I really want to see them where they're kind of aware of their surroundings. Do we have time to bring it up the pitch, or do we have to force a pass? Because, again, the turnovers has been the biggest problem for the Lancers. And if you're able to avoid that, as Tess Whitney does a drop kick way ahead, it's going to be a completely different game as Weingarten and Burns run into each other. But Cambrian's going to walk it away. They try to do a through ball ahead, but that's not going to be successful yet. Oh, it's going to roll out the side, and Whitney's going to have to just kick it out. Looked like Whitney wanted to pick it up, but again, for the Lancers, they're all kind of just tracing back very slowly here. But again, they should be pressing, trying to say, hey, we have to go now.
Yeah, it's not the best if you are the goalkeeper there, and not a great opportunity because look at how slow they're taking their time to get the ball. Definitely a no rush. And our wonderful cameraman on the pitch gives it to the Golden Shield player. Nice pass back to the center back there. That's 23, Watson, one of the goal scorers. Now Watson gets set, hikes it all the way into the box, and it'll be a goal kick. Under 5 minutes now. We're at the 85-11 mark. 3-2 for the visiting side, visiting Golden Shield. Now with the ball, there's Hazelwood. Tries to send it to somebody, but nobody home. And there's Weingarten just pushing, able to win the ball back. Here comes Weingarten up the pitch. Tries to make a move. There's Burns with the ball. Takes a shot, and not a lot of mustard on that one. Right to the keeper.
Good chance for the Lancers, though. But again, Kaylee Weingarten just kind of running up the pitch, and I think Kaylee didn't necessarily intend on that bit of skill that came through, but just the way the ball rolled ahead there to Burns, and Burns is trying to get that shot off. But again, all of this, it's a matter of patience. Obviously, we're saying, oh, you know, take these shots, take these opportunities. But again, this needs to be well placed. So if you get that opportunity, try to take that extra second and make it the best shot possible. As Weingarten gets fouled down center pitch here. Looks like she's going quickly here. Tries to chip it ahead. And the referee says, hold on, we need to wait. But again, more time's going to get killed off here as the referee said the Weingarten went too quickly.
I don't know about that. Nobody really debating the call, though, so I suppose it was the right one. But I kind of, if I'm an official, I would kind of expect them in this opportunity to get going.
Referee's now making the player move back, so killing more time here, but obviously they might give a little bit of extra time as Reed goes for the cross, trying to find Keller, does so. Keller puts it in the box for Castleman, but Castleman has to run on that one too far. Put out from Cambrian, and Reese, last one back for the Lancers here, bobbles it just a little bit. We're going to pass it off to Beal. Beal's under pressure quite heavily here. Not sure if she's aware and just going to chip that away. So, get another throw in from Cambrian. We'll see how long they take to throw it in with just 4 minutes left.
You don't want to be on this side of the pitch if you're Loyalist. Not the right time to do so. Now the ball goes around. Big boot from the Golden Shield player. Oh, bit of skill to kick it and keep it on her feet. There's Murphy with the shot. Oh, right over. That would have sealed the deal for the Golden Shield. What a rocket. Now you have another opportunity if you're the Lancers to go up the pitch and make something happen. Goal scorers for your Loyalist Lancers are Keller and Castleman today. .87, almost at 88 minutes now, so the clock is ticking if you're on the side of the Lancers to make something happen. Now there is Weingarten giving it to Jatea. Burns not in the right spot, and now it's turned over. There's number 15. She's running. That is Hopkins. Loses it, and now with the ball is Hazelwood. Hazelwood blocks it by Hopkins. Reed looking for a pass. Reed trying to find Hazelwood, but she's not there. Oh, she's going to run.
This is where Hazelwood really needs to kind of be aware of the surroundings there, because Hazelwood passed that back, and Reed was looking for that through ball pass, but Hazelwood wasn't running on it. But now still getting another chance to make something happen here. It's going to end up getting turnover immediately off that throw, and Shaylin McNutt trying to come down on that one, but Mackenzie Reese is there, and as we're looking, the pitch, like, number 4, the Cambrian Golden Shield captain, was just wide open if that ball ended up getting through, and the Lancers need to be aware. Obviously, they need another goal here, but they obviously can't give up another one.
Now with the ball is 23, Watson throwing it in. Nice little scrum there for the ball. Will go the way of the Cambrian Golden Shield. Now at the 89th minute of this one, the clock is ticking. We thank everybody for joining us this afternoon for a little bit of OCAA women's footy action.
And it's been incredible to
Yeah,
watch,
it
too.
has.
This has been such a fun game to call.
It has been a great game, especially in this last 20 minutes. It's definitely picked up after Jatea's goal, and Hazelwood looking for someone, but nothing there. Now we're at the 89th minute fully. Hazelwood needs to get going here. Looking for her throw. She has Reed open, but she's going far. She finds Byarns. Byarns able to juggle the ball, maybe. Yep, she has it at her feet. Beautiful back heel by Maddie Byarns. Finds Weingarten, who, that's not what she wanted whatsoever, I don't think. That's not what she wanted.
Yeah, just trying to throw that one in the box here, but again, I was expecting something from the Lancer bench or the team saying, "Hey, like we have to move," because again, we are seconds left, and I know that I've been saying that for the last 10 minutes, but we saw the one goal, and they need to capitalize on something here in the second and making sure, but that's going to go out, and again, I think Cambrian's going to take their time throwing this one in.
I'm surprised not to see any substitutions, not necessarily from Cambrian side because they don't have many bodies, but I'm surprised you didn't throw maybe an Aaliyah Marriott in there or maybe a Morocco to get some fresh legs and get some energy out there. As we're now at the 90th minute, probably I'm going to suggest 2 minutes of stoppage time, but it could be more, so we will see. But I would assume 2 minutes. And now the ball's in. Good opportunity for that captain that we don't have the name of for the Cambrian Golden Shield. Beautiful, beautiful bit of skill. And it's hit. Oh my goodness. And you don't want that. You're killing more time if you're on the Loyalist side. You really don't need that or want that. And you want to have a 50-yard kick or something. 40-yard kick. That's not bad either. Goes right to Jatea. She's looking for something but gets muscled off the ball by the Cambrian player. And it's booted down by Reed. Now Weingarten has it. Weingarten sends it to either Jatea or Keller. And it's broken up by Hopkins. Hopkins sends it the other way of the pitch. And now you're really losing time here. McNutt off of her foot. Not on a good position of her foot as well. And it goes through. Looking for Byarns. She doesn't have a pass. And now there is Rees. Oh, not what you wanted if you're Lauren Reed. Looking to make something happen. And it goes straight to the Cambrian player. There's number 15 Hopkins. And it'll go the way of Cambrian. Once again, you're killing time. And this whistle is going to blow any second now. And it's broken up by Jatea, but number 4 still has the ball, and it's Cambrian ball once again. If you're on the side of the Golden Shield, you're loving this right now. If you're Coach, what was his name? Excuse me. If you're Coach Jason, you're loving this right now.
It looks like Kennedy's just going to try to play that in the corner here, expecting the call to come through. And I mean, one of the things, obviously, for the OCAA soccer season, it's so short, but it definitely feels every single time we're seeing this team, it's a huge improvement. So if only the season was a little bit longer,
100%.
I feel like it'd be very, very fun to watch how this team progressed.
And I would say Loyalist came into this game as the favorite, and they really were not playing up to snuff at the first little bit. I think after allowing that goal, they woke up a little bit and went down 2-0, showed a lot of great resilience, and there is the final whistle. The Cambrian Golden Shield will be getting their first victory, improving to 1-5, and your Loyalist Lancers are going to fall to 1-4-1. After this one, it will be a 3-2 victory. Goal scorers for the Cambrian College Golden Shield are number 4. We did not get her name, and it was Molly Watson, and I believe Hopkins had the other one. And, of course, Castleman and Keller for your Loyalist Lancers with an assist to Weingarten. And that will do it. Thank you very much for spending part of your Saturday with us. For Steven Schill, excuse me. My name is John Ostrowski. Thank you very much for joining us, and have a great rest of your weekend.